So House of the Dragon is going to continue. So let's just start from the beginning here because there is a lot going on here. Get out of here. So the SAG strike, and so this is what basically is happening right now. This is a story on this from People magazine. No acting or singing. Oh, I'll read the thing. SAG strike rules what women actors can and can't do until a resolution is reached. So this is sort of what's going on. No acting or singing or stunts, no interviews to promote movies or shows, which is huge because this is summertime, this is blockbuster season, right? And these folks, these actors are supposed to be out there pushing their movies and their projects. They're supposed to be being a big part of these releases. And the superstar movie stars aren't going to be affected by this. It's the people who are everyday actors, background actors. It's the people who the people that really are working paycheck to paycheck. It's not like Matt Damon, right? Matt Damon's fine. Ben Affleck is fine. It's the smaller actors who have to pay these exorbitant amounts of money to live in Los Angeles or New York, and they're not getting a fair share. The streaming services are paying them shit, and there is an AI aspect to it. Yes, the blue-collar actors, and there's an AI aspect to it which is very scary, and we've been talking about AI a lot, and we'll get there. So let's just see what they can and can't do. Now that leadership for the Screen Actors Guild, American Federation of Television Radio Artists, announced that the union will go on strike at midnight Thursday, which was last night or this morning, or wait, no, yesterday morning. It's 160,000 members have received instructions on what is and isn't permitted. In a Thursday memo signed by union president Fran Drescher, why is Fran Drescher, first of all, why is the nanny the president of the fucking union? Very strange to me. Basically, the higher-ups are just going to wait until they start hurting for money, and then they'll come back to a crappy deal, old world strategies in a new modern age. Probably, maybe, I don't know. You see, this is going to ruin a lot of these releases. And look, the fucked up thing is that all these blockbusters, these summer blockbusters have all been flops. All these Disney movies, all been flops. The Indiana Jones movie, which was supposed to be huge, flop. So they're already not doing well. And now this. So I'm hoping that this sort of, hits them where it hurts in their pocketbooks, because you got essentially eight people who is making all the money in Hollywood while everyone else is just, scrambling for crumbs. This is the time where you can take those slavery deals and get your foot in the door and get started. And if you play your cards right, I didn't stop the Flash dang near as close to becoming a child molester. Oh Lord, but that movie still got pushed. And Solace, oh Hollywood, yeah, no kidding. The Flash ended up being like a weirdo, and that movie still got pushed. But I think it still did terribly. So it's all. Things are not great for the movie industry right now. So Fran Drescher and National Executive Director of Chief Negotiator Duncan Crabtree, SAG-AFTRA members were ordered to cease rendering all services and performing all work covered by the TV theatrical contracts once the strike begins. According to the memo, that includes principal on-camera work such as acting, singing, dancing, performing stunts, piloting on-camera aircraft, puppeteering, and performance capture or motion capture work. So this affects musicians as well. The musicians who are doing performances within TV and stuff, like people on, what's that? The Masked Dancer, or, they have these backing bands, or American Idol or something. They have backing bands, and that's on-camera work for these musicians, and these musicians are getting fucked as well. Promoting new projects, including tours, personal appearances, and attendance at premieres and screenings, is also not allowed. Even though the strike is not set to begin until midnight Thursday, the cast of Oppenheimer left the London premiere, which is one of an anticipated huge blockbuster that they want to obviously promote. The cast of Oppenheimer left the London premiere early after the press conference announcing the strike. Interviews are also off the table, as well as podcast appearance and promotion on social media. That's how far they got that. Go woke, go broke. I think that's part of it. I really do, Naders. I think that's part of why the Hollywood machine is failing right now, because they're alienating half of their audience. It's sort of like the whole Budweiser thing. The Anheuser-Busch is down 28 billion. Is it million or billion? I think they're down $27 billion off of their idea of new Twitch streamers. Well, no, I think it's anything on camera. I think this classifies as like podcast, because you have video podcasts as well. Can we make, the new Bud Light? I think that's kind of what's happening in some of these releases with Disney. I know Disney has a lot of things where they're sort of pushing the Q plus agenda, and which I have no problem with. You know, who cares, honestly, to me? But a lot of people do. A lot of people do care. They consider it indoctrination. So I think that's part of it. But now this is sort of the final nail in the coffin here. Also forbidden is awards campaigning, such as appearances at For Your Consideration events, meaning the recently nominated Emmy contenders cannot promote their work. Fans were excited to see their favorite stars at events like Comic-Con, which... oh, Lord. Will also be disappointed to learn that actors cannot appear at conventions, fan expos, or festivals. Moving Dutchman, thank you so much for gift subbing Ziggy in Korea. I appreciate that, my friend. I appreciate that. I feel what you're saying, Naders. I feel like once it starts becoming part of your community, and if you're not appreciative, like in the schools, like when they're showing those graphic books and teaching material in schools, I think that's when communities start to get upset. And I can understand that, because some people are, you know, they have puritanical...
Hello, Mighty.
Thank you.
This is Jean-Claude Van Damme. And I want to give you...
Is Mighty here?
You.
I don't even think Mighty's here. Yeah.
And the...
Thank you, Rated, for the MD.
Thank you for all that you do for this channel.
Hey, all you know,
hello,
you can follow.
Dutchman.
Yeah, it's true. I am on Kick.
This is Gandalf. Thank you for all that you do for this channel. And always remember, a moving Dutchman is never late, nor early, but arrives precisely when he means to.
Absolutely. And welcome in, Moving Dutchman. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you and that sub. The memo also clearly states that members must not cross SAG-AFTRA picket lines, although exceptions will be made for non-struck work, whatever that means. Members must also instruct their agent and or other representatives to discontinue conducting negotiations on their behalf with the studios, streamers, and networks for covered services, according to the note. So what is allowed? Events like autograph signings or things that are not related to specific companies or projects that are produced under these agreements will be permitted. Crabtree Ireland said at the press conference he urged members who were unsure if something was permitted to check with leadership. SAG members voted to strike after contract negotiations with the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers failed. I cannot believe it. Quite frankly, how far apart we are on so many things, Drescher said in a fiery speech on the Thursday press conference, which we're going to watch. In negotiations with those companies, SAG has been seeking pay and residual increases, higher caps on pension and health contributions, and regulating to the use of artificial intelligence, among other things. Hollywood execs plead poverty, that they're losing money left and right while giving hundreds of millions of dollars to their CEOs. It is disgusting. Shame on them. They stand on the wrong side of history at this very moment. We stand in solidarity in unprecedented unity, Drescher said. Wait a second. No, I think that's what's her name from Friends, right? In a statement Thursday, the AMPTP said, according to ABC News, we are deeply disappointed that SAG has decided to walk away from negotiations. This is the union's choice, not ours. In doing so, it has dismissed our offer of historic pay and residual increases, substantially higher caps on pension and health contributions, audition protections, shortened series options, periods, and groundbreaking AI proposal that protects actors' digital likeness and more, which that's kind of bullshit. Rather than continue to negotiate, SAG has put us on a course that will deepen the financial hardship for thousands who depend on the industry for their livelihoods. There are 160,000 members of SAG and over 11,000 members of the Writers Guild. Now, you hear stories all the time of actors who have to make about $23,000 a year in order to get health care. So you have actors who are working their ass off as actors, also working as waiters, bartenders, or whatever other kind of secondary sources of income that they can manage. So it is a really hard business. It's not easy. The music business, the acting business, it's rather fucked up. And to know that people are out there having to make, all this money just to have health care, and then on top of that, you have to make so much money to stay within the protection of the union, it's a very stressful place to be. So does that include Ice Cube? Because he's been going off the Richter scale, black, white Hollywood in the past 3 weeks. Yeah, Ice Cube has been fucking talking shit, which I love that. I love that Ice Cube talks shit. No, you're right. That's Drescher. Is it? It's also the girl from Friends, too. Most Woody Woodpecker imitations I have heard in my life. Yeah, worst. Yes, I agree. The same people that put American Gladiator together and Scottie Pippen's contract career is the same people who are doing negotiations for Hollywood. I guess. It's a really, really, really rude and crooked way to do business, especially when you have these heads who are making $25, $50 million a year. That includes bonuses, and people can't even eat. They can't even have health care. Honestly, we should just have universal health care here in America. That would just make the most sense. And that would at least relieve some of the stress of people having to, work their fucking lives into the ground just to be able to go to the doctor, which seems so horrible. Drescher said in a Q&A with members of the press that she was open to talks with AMPTP again as soon as that night. This is SAG first strike in more than 40 years. They joined the Writers Guild of America, whose members have been on strike since May. Now, this is unprecedented because not only are the actors on strike, but the writers are on strike. So since May, stupid shows like The View, and oh my God, I hate The View. The View is just so horrible. They have to write all their own stuff right now. So you're really seeing these broadcasters you're really seeing them struggle because they don't have someone to fill in the words for them. It seems pretty fucked up right now, and I have to see The View almost all the time because when I'm on break, I tune it out. I can't stand it, but I hear it all the time, and because when I'm on break, when I go on break at work, that's when The View comes on. So I'm just hearing it in the background, and I just hear them say dumb shit. And I was like, what would Whoopi do? I love Whoopi Goldberg, man. Whoopi Goldberg is such a talent. She's such a talent, man. And she what is that called when you have like the Emmy, the Oscar, the Tony Award, the EGOT. She's an EGOT. Whoopi is talentless. She just has really ridiculous views on politics, but she is a very talented human being. There's no way to take that away from her. Like, she is super talented, but she is just such a cog in the machine right now. They go along. The WSEG Butt Slut Award. Who would win the Butt Slut Award? I don't know who would win the Butt Slut Award. Maybe Megan Thee Stallion or Cardi B. She'd be lucky to reappear on Little Rascals. Maybe. Hey, she was in Ghost. Take that back. She made love to Ted Danson to make the mulatto-looking kid. You take that back. She also was in Predator as Predator. Oh, dang! Yo, she man, I'm a fan of Whoopi Goldberg, but I just think that she has become a cog in the machine. That's all. She is. I don't see them as people who have their own opinions, only just sort of follow a certain narrative. We all know how narratives get twisted these days, this day and age. She is awesome in Star Trek. There you go. Color Purple. It's classic. It's a classic. So part of the reason why people are on strike is not only are they getting underpaid for their work from streaming services who haven't been paying out what they think is a fair share of their work, but they also are in disbelief right here. Striking SAG actors in disbelief over studio's dystopian AI proposal, which Rolling Stones is such a sham of a magazine. They used to be beautiful, but they are no longer. But they do cover some entertainment stuff pretty well. I want to know who writes down her talking points. Well, right now, I think they're writing down their own talking points, or at least getting the phone call probably from the DOJ, right? The Department of Justice probably puts out a sheet, right? A one sheet is like, here's your points. This is what you're talking about. We know that our DOJ here in America has direct contact with the news media, mainstream media, and social media. Because of the Twitter files, it was proven that our DOJ has direct contact and is feeding information directly to these organizations, including Fox News, who is just another puppet or cog in the machine. They continue the illusion of choice, right? Like we have some sort of real choice between, the guy on the left and the guy on the right, the elephant and the donkey. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. And we're seeing that now when they fired Tucker Carlson because of his coverage of January 6th, where we actually saw federal agents and Capitol Police allowing people to go in, taking people around the Capitol, showing them around the shaman, right? The Buffalo shaman guy, the QAnon shaman he was getting a tour of the Capitol building on January 6th. They were opening the gates for people. You have Ray Epps, who is now trying to sue Fox News and Tucker Carlson. So Fox News fired Tucker Carlson because he was calling this shit out. Now, I'm not here to say that January 6th was anything great. I don't support it. I thought it was ridiculous. It looked like Duck Dynasty fucking invaded the Capitol building. It was really stupid and completely against it. But it's very suspicious when you have federal agents and people, all these people who were involved in January 6th. You got mothers and people who had cancer who were getting years in prison because of their actions. But yet you have this one guy named Ray Epps who is not even on the list. The FBI director couldn't even answer whether or not that Ray Epps was a federal agent. They said they couldn't say. It couldn't be said. They just kept denying it. They couldn't give a yes or no. And when you can't give a yes or no answer, it's yes. Yes, this guy is a federal agent who is a provocateur who is put out there. He is seen on camera telling people, we got to go into the Capitol building. We got to go in, leading the way. And now this dude is going to sue Fox News. So we know that Fox News is on the take as well. They're all on the take. You can't trust any of these motherfuckers, including Rolling Stone. But they do have decent entertainment coverage. I want to know who. Yeah, the third black woman to be in outer space. That's right, Moving Dutchman, on the ones and twos. It just proves more that even if you have peaceful rallies gonna give you more shit than a tour of the place you're going to vandalize. Yeah, I guess. I don't kind of know what you're saying there, buddy. There was feds dressed up as Trump supporters inside the Capitol Hill before they opened the door. Yeah. Was there? I'm pretty sure that there was a lot of people who were pointing it out. Nothing official. So a lot of this is speculation, but when you look at how the FBI director couldn't answer questions, it seems that there was more to it than what it was. So, yeah, the whole January 6th thing, it was a whole shit show, man. Like, it was stupid. It should have never happened in the first place, but it definitely seems like they were using that to sort of silence the right. And, you know, I'm not a fucking Republican, and I don't consider myself too right, but I guess some of my beliefs are, yeah, the FBI director's a cuck. They're all cucks, man. They're all fucking slaves to the machine. And meanwhile, Ted Turner sold WCW, but understand that he's still in the wrestling business. Let's go, Ted Turner. I thought Ted Turner's dead. So during SAG negotiations, the studios allegedly demanded the ability to use AI on background actors for a day rate, owning their image forever. That's fucked up. Hollywood is officially a Black Mirror episode come to life. And we're going to shit all over Rolling Stone here in our next story, but again, entertainment coverage. That was the sentiment several members of the non-members of SAG shared with Rolling Stones following Thursday's announcement that the 160,000 member union would join the WGA union in the picket lines after failing to secure a new contract with movie studio and streaming service executives. The Screen Actors Guild and American Federation of Television and Radio Artists have been negotiating with Alliance Motion Pictures and television producers for the past month, but the already extended deadline expired late Wednesday night. So they were in negotiations and they ended up extending it, and there was word that they were trying to extend it through some of these blockbuster releases like Indiana Jones and stuff because of what Kuya. I should just stream in AI. Why not? Why not, Kuya? Welcome, Kuya. Let me get a shout out to some folks here. Oh. Who is Kuya? There we go. And then let's get some shout out for who is at Samo. Boom. So I can look super, super good looking. Yeah, me too, man. Like I just want AI to make me like 100 pounds lighter and like beefier. If AI can do that for me, then I would be very happy. Even though in reality, I'd just be a saggy, fat, middle-aged man. All right, so let's get to the AI stuff. Where's the AI? Which we all know what happened. Okay, so So both SAG and the WGA, which is the Writers Guild, which has been on strike since May 2nd, marks the first time since 1960 that both unions have been on strike simultaneously. One of the major points of contention for both groups has been the rapid development of and implementation of AI and fears of how it could potentially replace writers and actors. So we've been talking about this, right? We've been talking about AI taking these creative jobs. AI is already going to be taking these blue collar jobs like the shipping industry, even white collar jobs like engineering and writing code. AI is going to take that shit over in the next 5 years. Probably, since ChatGPT 4 can do most of that shit on its own. Thank you for the... No worries, Samo. You know I love you, baby. And their concern was justified as Chief Negotiator Duncan Crabtree Ireland laid bare the AMPTP's so-called groundbreaking AI proposal, which holds the potential to wipe out an entire pathway to breaking into the industry, as well as a reliable source of income for many. The reported proposal hinged on the ability for background actors to be scanned, get paid for 1 day of pay, and for that company to, quote, own the scan of their image, their likeness, and to be able to use it for the rest of eternity in any project they want to with no consent or no compensation. What? 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 Like, what the fuck is that? So in perpetuity, we own your image and we can just use you and just implement you in any movie, and you don't get paid. So your image and likeness can be used in any way they want for all of eternity, in perpetuity. Imagine AI on an acid trip. How would you do that? You'd have to make some sort of like virus algorithm or something to implant into these things. Google has that huge, that supercomputer now, that quantum computer. That thing is huge. It's the size of a room, which is, funny enough, the size of what binary systems used to be, were like the size of the rooms. And now they have, I mean, it's going crazy. Digital slavery is coming. Damn. Damn. Shit, Samo. That's deep. That's deep, man. Because, yeah, they could just use you in any way they want, however they want. It literally was all of our worst fears confirmed when we heard actress Jamie Miller tells Rolling Stone it's kneecapping people from the start. How can I start a career when one of those options is essentially selling my soul, asked actor Patrick McCann. The thing is, as working actor, you are often, and worse, expected to be in a place where you need the money, says New York-based actress Megan Ray Ruski. And because the state of the industry is already at a precious tipping point, being an actor is kind of like accepting something else will pay the bills and hoping you're wrong. The gravity of the consequences of AI effectively replacing background actors can't be overstated. Background actors serve as the backdrop of busy scenes and crowd shots in film and TV projects, filling up otherwise empty restaurants, the passerby on the street, the raucous partygoers, the peripheral characters on period shows dressed in appropriate garb. Background work serves as a pathway for actors looking to break into the business, allowing them to learn how a set operates, meet fellow actors and industry connections, and eventually can lead to qualifying for SAG membership, which in turn can help land bigger roles. The daily rate for union members is under $200 a day, which is not bad if you're working every day. Whew. But here's the catch. For days that could stretch up to 16 to 18 hours a day, which is long. Movie sets, those days are long, long days. Some background actors can fully support themselves with such work, while others book shows here and there to pad out bank accounts in between gigs or seek work in other industries, like the serving industry. It's crazy. It's wrong. It's taking money out of people's pockets, says one Chicago-based actor. The studios are getting away with one thing after another. It's wild. It's wild. AI OnlyFans. There is an AI OnlyFans. There is an AI OnlyFans. Yeah, you can make AI. They already do that. Naders, they already have AI generated OnlyFan girls. Look at this right here on Reddit. Completely new to this space, so bear with me. Okay, shut up. OnlyFans creators here. Technically, it is certainly doable to create convincing imagery, but it's hard to get money out of it due to legal reasons. You have to verify ID, passport, and consent form every performer in your content to be monetized, and OF is very strict about it. I passed the verification, but now they're making problems and they want to delete my pics. Generic white girl taking mirror selfies. You can look for a girl. Okay. In my honest opinion, it's okay to make money off of AI generated images, even not safe for work ones. But please do not pretend to be a girl to lure people in. Be upfront and yeah, it's because lonely dudes are going to be mad once they find out. Yeah, no, it's happening. They already have AI OnlyFans star hiring out AI clone to her fans so they can do other things, right? So look at this. Who is this? I've allowed ads. I did that, you stupid asshole. Amaranth has done it? What? Get out of here. See, this is pissing me off. I want my ad blocker, but I don't think this works on here. I don't think it works. Oh, it does. Look at this. Look, Caitlin, whatever, 29, is hiring out an AI clone to live out users' wildest fantasies. If users want to receive voice notes from AI Amaranth, it costs $36 an hour for AI Amaranth. Get the fuck out of here. Only Stars fan Amaranth is hiring out a virtual AI clone to fans so they can live out their wildest fantasies with her. AI has been used to make a copy of 29-year-old Amaranth, whose real name is Caitlin, whatever that says, as a way of getting closer to her 6.4 million followers. The chatbot girlfriend offers to take you on a thrilling journey of connection and intimacy for a hefty price of $1 per minute. Those are some hefty rates. I thrive on taking risks and pushing boundaries. Above all, I prioritize being there for my incredible audience, the influencer said in a press release shared by Dexerto. And those are some nice tatas. And she has a nice boo-ho. She got a nice boo-boo there. I mean, she just got those bumps. Opulence, welcome in. Bacon grilled cheese sandwiches with sweet potato fries with a tall glass of strawberry lemonade to the rim with no ice. Dang! Straight sugar, baby. Get it. Get it, Opulence. Better be thick cut bacon. What are you talking about? Let's go half on one of my surfboards. Are you ready? Welcome in, Opulence. Thank you for being here. And I didn't even know Opulence was a streamer. So let's give some love to Opulence here. Boom. There you go. Streaming. Go ahead and give him a follow. AI Amaranth is designed to satisfy the needs of every fan, ensuring an unforgettable and all-encompassing experience. The chatbot release comes shortly after Snapchat influencer Karen Marjorie launched a virtual clone of herself for the same price. Both bots were developed by Forever Companion AI, which claims to be a global leader in turning influencers into AIs using realistic two-way audio. In an interview, CEO John Mayer said, these chatbot visions actually started as a desire to reconnect with his father who has passed away. Oh, isn't that nice? But of course, pornography is always pushing us forward. If it wasn't for porn, we wouldn't have YouTube. What was the other stuff? If we didn't have porn, we wouldn't have eBay, right? We wouldn't have Amazon. So pornography in the internet has always pushed the ticket forward. And even pornography in freedom of speech and freedom of expression back in the 60s and 70s and the 50s, it's always been there to push it forward. A celebrity death match, that'd be sick. That'd be sick. Anyways, getting back to our Black Mirror reality, it'll make it impossible if you don't have that stepping stone to get in. If you don't have okay, hold on, we read that much. The idea that studios could pay an actor less than $200 and own that person's image forever is to use in any project at any time is terrifying. Several actors tell Rolling Stone, particularly when it comes to not knowing what your image is being used for. There's a lot of conversation about consent on set. AI is just another way to get around consent from actors, particularly actors assigned female at birth. One New York-based background actor says, if for some reason they use my face and they put me in a situation that I did not consent to, that's very troublesome. So could you imagine, like, if you're some lady and fucking you did a movie and they captured your face, and now they're using AI. Now they're gonna use you in like a four-way fucking bukkake now. You know, it's just like now her likeness is bukkake, and she's just fucking all these big dicks swinging in her face, taking face loads. You know, like that's fucked up. That's fucked up. Even if you're a dude or they, them, whatever it is that you claim you are or say you are. You could have your likeness being bukkake'd on. So, you know. And yeah, I would watch that too. The practice could potentially restrict how much someone can work, McCann points out. If an actor does background work for a specific company, there's a good chance for that company to draw from its AI database and use that previously filmed footage or scanned data for another show instead of hiring that actor again. Even if it's years later, my career has ended before it's even started, he says. It is taking any sort of agency and power we have as performers and saying, well, it's not worth anything. And I agree with that. That's wild. Like, it's just, you're done before it even starts. That's so crazy to me. Ugh, man. I've never watched Black Mirror, but I believe it's one of those situational shows where this would be a topic. Yes. I think in the first season they got something like that going on. I can't remember, but there is like a straight up thing here. And here's the thing. When it comes to movies and budgets, a big part of movie budgets are special effects, the talent, and those are like the big two, right? They have to fucking imagine how much money they're going to save. And you think about capitalistic society, which I'm not 100% against capitalism. I'm against unfettered capitalism. But in a capitalistic society, the idea is to pay the least amount for the most amount of, income, right? So output, little, input, lot. And of course they're going to do this. Of course they're going to want to use AI images of people that they've already paid. It's free. It's free. It's like, all we got to do is pay some little editor to put it all into play. It's not anything that's hard to do. You see it, you can put people's faces on other actors' bodies. You can, this shit happens now. CCC, this is what I was talking about. Look at that, what old dirty bastard hologram started. We've gone too far this time to turn back. It's beyond holograms, man. Limiting rules and opportunities for background actors would also do untold damage to other production departments such as costume, hair, and makeup, and assistant position, as big projects often have whole teams solely dedicated to overseeing and handling background roles. Shit, I didn't even think of that. So not only are you putting out the actors, but you're also putting people who do makeup out of work. That's a huge part of the budget as well. Special effects, makeup. They've just lost their job. They lost their job. And the only thing that people really need are these actors who are already can bring a draw. You know, Ben Affleck or Tom Cruise, right? I could never see Tom Cruise agreeing to having his AI image be used. There was rumor that Bruce Willis licensed out his likeness, his voice, his image for AI to be used, but I believe that that was just a rumor. Because Bruce Willis has some sort of dementia. Bruce Willis sells likeness. Yeah, he didn't do that. Bruce Willis didn't sell his likeness to deepfake company. That's so I was right. All right. Back to life, back to reality. In the hours leading up to the SAG deadline, reports exposed the cruelty and by any means necessary approach the AMPTP was gearing up for when it came to the WGA union, with insiders saying the plan was to let it bleed out and not go back to the negotiating table until late October. The end game is to allow things to drag on until union members start losing their apartments and losing their houses, Deadline reported one studio executive saying. And this is exactly what Samo was saying. And this is the oldest trick in the book ever since unions started unionizing. It is the holdout, let these people starve them out. That's what people do when they're trying to take over villages, right? They'll block off all this is how they got cities. To take cities in war is to starve them out. You block out all incoming imports, right? And eventually these people are going to starve, and then they just come. Then there's no fighting. You don't have to fight anybody because they come bowing down because they just are so fucking hungry that they'll do anything. They'll let you do whatever you want. Anyways, the cinematic villain trope the studio insiders have adopted has only infuriated and unified both members of the WGA and SAG. It shouldn't be surprising, but it's pretty wild to see at the same time. The major studios have made it clear that profit is their only motive in this business and that they have no problem with trying to exploit the resource of background actors. It's a disappointing time for the industry. So I think they had, let's see.
Really important that this negotiation be covered.
So we're gonna watch Fran Drescher talking on this, and I saw this live on lunch the other day. It was live on TikTok. AI might be the only thing to make House of the Dragon better. I like House of the Dragon. You don't like House of the Dragon? Until they die and they digitally scan the next big ones, just a big setup. Shout out to Bruce Willis for supporting Subaru. Touring Bruce is a shit car, but he gave us a chance with no other actor would. You heard it here first, Samo. Basically, start eating grass now. Yeah, and bugs. And fake meat. Let's all eat fake meat and bugs and live, and hopefully the government will scrape off some crumbs for us to eat while the rich maintain their wealth and get richer. That sounds dope.
Because the eyes of the world, and particularly the eyes of labor, are upon us. What happens here is important because what's happening to us is happening across all fields of labor by means of when employers make Wall Street and greed their priority, and they forget about the essential contributors that make the machine run. we have a problem. And we are experiencing that right at this moment. This is a very seminal hour for us. I went in earnest, thinking that we would be able to avert a strike. The gravity of this move is not lost on me or our negotiating committee or our board members who have voted unanimously to proceed with a strike. It's a very serious thing that impacts thousands, if not millions of people all across this country.
And of course, you know, it affects us, the movie goers, because, you know, we love movies so much. I mean, the way things are right now, it's just such a shitty shit show of a shit house. He said next. It's whatever, Naders. I overheard that we're gonna have black people this season. Oh, it's gonna get exciting. Oh yeah, because the Valerians, the Valerian bloodline. There's the people. One of the original bloodlines from Valeria, I believe, is the Black Crew. There was black people on the last season too, but it's going to be more because of all the shit that went on during season 1 in House of the Dragon. Shit, I forgot what I was going to say. Fuck it. Doesn't matter. Let's listen to Fran Drescher. Come on,
and
whore.
Around the world. Not only members of this union, but people who work in other industries that service the people that work in this industry. And so it came with great sadness that we came to this crossroads, but we had no choice. We are the victims here. We are being victimized by a very greedy entity. I am shocked by the way the people that we have been in business with are treating us. I cannot believe it, quite frankly. How far apart we are on so many things. How they plead poverty, that they're losing money left and right when giving hundreds of millions of dollars to their CEOs.
Well, yeah, and here's the thing. She's not necessarily talking about movie stars, because you're right. She's rich, and she's getting the nanny is on a lot of streaming services right now. So that counts as sort of a syndication. And syndication was a lot of where a lot of the money is for these actors who are on popular TV shows. They get the syndication money, and it's the residuals where that is what they are living on. So it's good that there's a union that's able to stand up for people who, again, aren't necessarily big movie stars, but are just background actors, musicians who are working as, on these TV shows like Dancing with the Stars and such. It's an important thing that these people are getting paid a livable wage. And I know it's not the world problem number one, but it is something important, because we're having a big struggle right now with unions. You look at Amazon, when you have these small unions starting to bubble up with Amazon workers not getting their fair pay, or not getting break times, or having to pee in bottles to make these deadlines. It goes from the top down, man, from the Hollywood industry down to the labor force. It's important that we have these unions in place, so people can actually get a fair share. Because, again, capitalism is built on perpetual growth. You have to keep growing, and so of course they're going to cut any expenses they can as they go. They're not going to, if they can save like $5 million by not having to pay a bunch of background actors, why wouldn't they do that? Why wouldn't they do that? I mean, I use AI all the time on the smallest scale I can think of as a musician. I know tons of musicians who are just putting in AI into Dolly, right? Just typing in text to image. That's their fucking album cover. They didn't hire out anybody on Fiverr, which Fiverr is also sort of degraded the cost and sort of brought it saturated the market with a bunch of artists who will undercut pricing to get hired. So Fiverr's already there, but now we have AI imaging where musicians are I'm just going to make an AI album cover. I'm not going to hire an artist. I'm not going to pay somebody, especially when you're on a shoestring budget like most independent artists are. So of course, you're going to save money where you can. And that's the problem. Maybe that's the future. Maybe that's where all this is going. We're going to probably have to deal with this at some point. And maybe this is just that, that hard stop and that hard reset that we're probably going to have to take. Let's see. You can't trust her because she's an actor. She's playing a role. Yeah, I don't trust. And the Oscar goes to, yeah, I get it. UPS is also having secret falling. Yeah, no, a ton of people, a ton of companies right now. Starbucks is fighting unionization. All these big companies are fighting unionization because they know that they can just underpay people and fuck them over. It's a sad sentiment, but that's the name of the game. That's how this works. The least amount of cost for the most amount of profit. That's what we're going for. And if these unions are going to come in and nudge into your profit, they're going to put a stop to it. It is the American way, and you know what, Moving Dutchman? It is the Western way. Stop growing. The magic word is crimping to save the planet. Yeah, well, there's some problem. That's problematic as well, isn't it? Al Gore had it wrong. Brondo, it's what plants crave. It has electrolytes. Oh my God. Let's continue to listen to the annoying voice lady. Come on, hooker. Stop doing that. Okay, fuck nuts.
It is disgusting. Shame on them. They stand on the wrong side of history at this very moment. We stand in solidarity, in unprecedented unity. Our union and our sister unions and the unions around the world are standing by us, as well as other labor unions. Because at some point, the jig is up. You cannot keep being dwindled and marginalized and disrespected and dishonored. The entire business model has been changed by streaming, digital, AI.
Digital.
This is a moment of history. That is a moment of truth. If we don't stand tall right now, we are all going to be in trouble. We are all going to be in jeopardy of being replaced by machines and big business. Who cares more about Wall Street than you and your family? Most of Americans don't have more than $500 in an emergency. This is a very big deal. And it weighed heavy on us. But at some point, you have to say, no, we're not going to take this anymore. You people are crazy.
Discussing how you filled your pockets. Well, she was an actress. She worked her way up, and she made... she was on a hit TV show, and so, she made a good living. She's also in movies and stuff. And she was kind of hot back in the day. She's not bad looking for a woman her age at all. She's not bad at all. But yeah, no one's calling her to the casting couch anymore. Man, you know it's gonna be excellent when they rewire that show Webster, that little black kid with the cute little chubby cheeks. CBS is gonna be on reruns. 80 televisions is coming back, y'all. Maybe, yeah, I could see that. And I remember when the writer's strike happened back in, like, what was it, 2008 or something? I remember Conan O'Brien was on, he had his show and he had to write all his own stuff. And there was a point where Conan O'Brien was just spinning a quarter and seeing how long a quarter would spin before it'd fall over. And that was a segment. That was an entire segment on his show. So already the writers are on strike. And then that was sort of the rise of these game shows, because the game shows could be technically, there's not actors, they're not performing, and no one needs to write for it, right? They just set up, you know, like Ninja Warrior or something, right? American Ninja Warrior or what was the one? American Gladiators. It's when they revived American Gladiators again. They just started making all these game shows to fill time because they couldn't. You know, there's no new stuff being written. So now there's no new actors acting. There's no new shows being acting. All these productions are being shut down right now because of this. And except for House of the Dragon, which we'll get there because, hey, I like it. But yeah, they probably will start playing old reruns, just something to fill the airwaves. Because why the fuck not? Which, who knows though? Like, those people there, those syndications, that might be limited too. Who knows?
What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Privately, they all say we're the center of the wheel. Everybody else tinkers around our artistry. But actions speak louder than words. And there was nothing there. It was insulting. So we came together in strength and solidarity and unity with the largest strike authorization vote in our union's history. And we made the hard decision that we tell you as we stand before you today. This is major. It's really serious. And it's going to impact every single person that is in labor. We are fortunate enough to be in a country right now that happens to be labor friendly. And
Not
yet,
really.
we were facing opposition that was so labor unfriendly, so tone deaf to what we are saying. You cannot change the business model as much as it has changed and not expect the contract to change too. We're not going to keep doing incremental changes on a contract that no longer honors what is happening right now with this business model that was foisted upon us. What are we doing? Moving around furniture on the Titanic? It's crazy.
It's crazy.
So the jig is up, AMPTP. We stand tall. You have to wake up and smell the coffee. We are labor and we stand tall and we demand respect. And to be
Wake up and smell the coffee. Oh, but look, she's not wrong. I support this. I am full support of this strike. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them. And then they want to charge us what, like $20 a ticket to go see a movie at the theaters? Please. Get the fuck out of here with that. You don't feel sorry for them? I don't feel sorry for them. I support what they're doing because I support labor. I mean, I support unions. Yeah, I know there's some bad corruption that's within unions. And, you know, when you talk about like police unions, there's like a lot of corruption within that. But I think cancel whining actors. But look, it's not just her. It's actors who are on the ground, blue collar actors. You know, that's what's really getting fucked up. What is the strike about? It's about the digital. It's about the streaming, and it's about the use of AI, digital AI. So they want to use AI to to stop having to pay background actors, which also they would stop paying like the makeup people and the people who are in charge of the background actors, and they don't want to pay as much for their streaming because the landscape has changed since the internet and since us doing online streaming. The landscape has changed, and so they want to update that landscape, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. The real actor has 3 jobs to support his or her acting career, which is what they got to do. And even to get insurance and such, which is rough. It's rough, but yeah, I know how it looks. I know how it seems, because when you think of people acting in Hollywood, you think of these huge stars who are millionaires living in Bel Air in their gated communities, driving their fucking, Bentleys around and shit. But that's like a very small percentage of actors. The majority of actors are working their dicks off for very little pay. Support your local farmers. I can live without TV. And this also affects musicians. Again, this affects musicians, actors, stunt doubles. It affects a lot of it affects a lot of people. So it's not just these rich actors who are whining. It's like a real blue collar workers who just are doing their profession. But I agree. Support your local farmers. And I don't watch a lot of TV. Right now we're watching True Detective. We're on season 3, and season 4 is supposed to come out, but I don't know how. It's probably going to be pushed back now with this strike. But True Detective's good. I like House of the Dragon. I'm a fan of Game of Thrones. There's very few shows or movies that I care to even watch. I get so bored with movies. Like, boring. I would like to see Oppenheimer. I think that would be a good movie to watch, which brings us to Oppenheimer, which, as this strike goes, the Oppenheimer cast walks out of the UK premiere ahead of the SAG strike. So Oppenheimer seems like a dope movie. The Boys, yes, Nader. The Boys is great, fantastic. Can't wait for season 4 or season 5? I can't remember what season they're on. Great show. Can't wait to see, oh my God, what's his name? The main Superman guy, something Lander. I can't remember his name. Anyways, can't wait to see him just go in psycho and start murdering people. It's such a violent show. So beautifully violent. The cast of director Christopher Nolan's hotly anticipated war-era drama Oppenheimer is standing united in an effort to support the SAG strike. Homelander, thank you. Stars of the film. And Christopher Nolan, I do appreciate Christopher Nolan's work. He did Inception. He did a lot of he did a lot of good movies. Why can't I think of, he had indie movie success, and then Tenet was just okay. I didn't watch Dunkirk. Interstellar, I liked it. The Dark Knight, yes. The Dark Knight Rises and The Dark Knight was amazing. Amazing movies. The Prestige, Memento, yes. And Following, Insomnia was just okay. But he did the whole Batman trilogy, which I thought was amazing. That's probably the best Batman. Versions we got, right? Until they make Batman wasn't this based on the Frank Miller version too? The Batman Begins trilogy. Because Frank Miller had a really violent and more realistic comic book version of it. Is not based on. Okay, it's not. Batman vs Superman was Frank Miller, which they butchered. Well, yeah, Batman vs Superman was terrible. What was that? That was which we're going to talk about. What's his name? Caviezel, Jim Caviezel. It was Superman, and Batman was Ben Affleck. Affleck. God, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Ben Affleck? Batman? I mean, it only got worse from there because they had the fucking little soy boy from Twilight as Batman. Was it the Batman? God, he was terrible. Finished reading the ChatGPT. I apologize for confusion, but Batman Begins trilogy is not based on Frank Miller's work. The trilogy consisting of Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and Dark Knight Rises was directed by Christopher Nolan and primarily draws inspiration from the various comic book storylines, including Batman Year One by Frank Miller. Okay, so I thought Frank Miller was involved in that somehow. Frank Miller's influence on the Batman film franchise can be seen in different series of movies. Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, The Justice League drew heavily from Miller's The Dark Knight Returns graphic novel, which presents an older and more grizzled Batman. Yeah. Thank you, Raina. Thank you for having us do that. Batman, let's see. Yeah, he was laughing his ass way off to the bank. I still gotta pay though. That fucking last one, God, with the little soy boy from Twilight. It just that moment when he's looking in the mirror and he's looking all emo and shit. He's so small. He's such a small. I mean, at least Ben Affleck, fucking got some beefiness to him. At least he like pumped some iron. That dude looks like he went on a fucking all raw food diet for fucking 3 months and then decided to be Batman. Like, this dude looked like he doesn't even fucking... Let's see that stupid asshole. What's his name? The Batman. What's his fucking name? What is that piece of shit's name? I can't... I didn't even like him in Twilight. Robert Pattinson. Can we get a video? Let me get some images of Robert Pattinson as the Batman. Oh God, gross! Look at his hair. Ugh, disgusting. Ugh. Look at this. He's eating vegetables all the way up to like just vegetables, no protein, just straight up. Let me see. Pattinson with his shirt off. That's the image. It was just ugh. The best thing about that movie was all the good work that Zoe Kravitz got done to her face. She was hot. I could play Naders could be a better Batman. Vince Vaughn for Batman. Get out of here, right? It's funny because everything went wrong, and we're like, thank you, Batman, for fucking what? He didn't do anything but have Zoe Kravitz. That's what saved. I agree with you, Samo. Zoe Kravitz got a lot of good work done on her face, and she was hot as fuck. Where's, like, oh God, look at this. Look at him. He looks fucking anemic. Look at him. He looks like fucking, he needs to eat some fucking, like, you know, some beef. Look at, I'm so fucking emo, bro. God, disgusting. It disgusts me. Disgusting. Fuck that. 3 hours just to watch him fucking cry into a mirror. Get the fuck out of my face. I gotta get away from him. This guy's pissing me off. Back to Oppenheimer. Anyways, that was just a Christopher Nolan little thing. Because Christopher Nolan, I really do like. Yes, eat some Doritos. He did a good job in True Detective. Robert Pattinson? Oh no, Vince Vaughn. Okay, so what? Vince Vaughn is a fat fucking drunk now. Like, what is he gonna do? Stars of the film appeared on the red carpet on the UK premiere on Thursday before the strike was officially announced, but they ended up walking out on the event to write their picket signs, according to Nolan. Addressing the audience inside the Odeon Lux Leicester Square Theater before the screening began, as seen in videos posted to social media, Nolan acknowledged the work of Cillian Murphy, Emily Blunt, Matt Damon, Florence Pugh, and Robert Downey Jr., among other Oppenheimer cast members. We have to acknowledge that you've seen them here earlier on the red carpet, Nolan said, adding, unfortunately, they're off to write their picket signs for what we believe to be an imminent strike for SAG. Nolan continued that the actors who left the Oppenheimer premiere in support of the union that represents them join one of my guilds, the Writers Guild, in the struggle for fair wages for working members of the union, and we support them. The Writers Guild of America has been on strike since May. Blunt told Deadline on the Oppenheimer red carpet Thursday, prior to the cast walking out of the screening and prior to the strike's official commencement, that her hopes were that everyone makes a fair deal and we are here to celebrate this movie. And if they call the strike, we'll be leaving together as a cast in unity with everyone, Blunt said, adding, we're going to have to, so we will see what happens. Right now, it's a joy to be together. Now, SAG President Fran Drescher announced, okay, we know that. So this fucked up their premiere. And this is one of the bigger movies of the year. It's pretty wild. So is Batman. You better calm down, Raina. You're going to wake the beast over here mad at you. That's his boy. Hey, overweight Batman could make a good story if you can pull it with Thor. Lizzo Batman! God, fucking Lizzo. I'd rather see Patton Oswalt. I'd rather see Patton Oswalt as Batman and the Penguin at the same time. It's so funny. I feel like that should be a hold on. Let's see if there is one. Oh, okay. Oh, Gotham casted Patton Oswalt as the Penguin. That's interesting. I just want to see like an AI image of Patton Oswalt as Batman. Canva has an AI generator. Maybe it will make one for us. Whatever, just give us the shit. All right, let's see if we get Patton Oswalt as Fat Batman. Let's see if it lets us say Fat Batman. It might be too much. Let's see, nah, look, they can't do it because don't make fun of Batman. Don't make fun of fat people. Nah. What is this? Sometimes you type result content that meet our policies. Patton Oswalt as Batman. What the fuck use is this thing? Stupid ass Canva. What the fuck? That's really lame. How about Batman? Look, it can do Batman. Biden as Batman. Let's see if it does it. It's doing it. Oh. Let's see. God, I hate these fucking filters, man. Uh-oh. What's happening? What's happening? Are we gonna get it? Oh boy. Oh, what the fuck is this? They just made a squatty little Batman, but he's still strong. This is dumb. Well, that didn't work. That was so lame. What a waste of fucking time. Thanks. Anyways, so what is it? There we go. Raina did something. There we go. That's about the best we're gonna get. Jim Carrey as Spider-Man. That was pure gems. Ben Affleck as Batman was a joke. I miss Ben Affleck for Batman. Opulence, you like Ben Affleck as Batman? It was okay, but it wasn't my favorite. I thought it was kind of lame. But they still showed up like don't matter. If you left early, you were in the movie. You know how it is in history. It's a history movie, yeah. If you don't know how the movie ends, ask Japan. They remember. Ben Affleck as Batman was only the only one worse than that was Robert Pattinson. Where's my AI generator again? Oh, damn it. I'm gonna have to like Google it again, aren't I? There it is. Okay, fine. I'll just do it again. Use new image, whatever. Just give me something stupid. Yeah, that's pretty funny. The college humor Batman. Spider-Man eating chips. Hold on. Jim Carrey. Spider-Man eating chips. Let's see what it does. Nope, we can't do it. We'll just do Spider-Man eating chips. What's gonna happen? That's bad. That is so bad. That's not even good. Look at that. He's not. What is he even doing? It's like he's smelling it. He like threw it at his nose. And this is what we're worried about taking over, folks. It's in the beginning, Jesus. Hotspot AI. Any character that has Mr. Pink, he should be Batman. Are you saying Steve Buscemi? Dogs eating peanut butter. This is turned into the Joe Biden. There it is, friends. Oh, come on, man. Stop robbing things, man. I am the Batman, man. I am Batman, man. Oh, I pooped my pants. I wiped my butt, man. Oh, Lordy. That's pretty good. Thank you, Rada. AI headshot. What should AI draw? Dogs eating peanut butter? Oh, peanut butter is 2 words? Okay. First time I knew that. Tom Brady as the Hulk. How do I make it do stuff? How do I make it do things? Okay, I agree. Just make it do stuff.
Dad,
What?
don't waste your credits. You only get 10 a day on this app.
Okay.
So don't waste your 10.
Fine, whatever. We're moving on. Let's get to the real story here.
Keep going.
What?
Hit create.
How do I keep... Oh, okay. I see. Create. Download all. Here it goes. Here it goes. This is for you, Opulence. Buy credits for other sizes. I like that they put them in like... I like that they put them in like space suits. And why is it square? Why is the peanut butter square like that? That's weird. See how Tom Brady as the Hulk looks. Ooh, let's see what Patton Oswalt as Batman looks like. We're just gonna. That just looks like the Hulk. And who are these people back here? I don't even know what's going on here. I guess that's his hair. I guess PS2 beating up Dreamcast. Stop. Hold on, I want to see what Patton Oswalt looks like as Batman. Patton Oswalt as Batman. Oh. Boom. I'm just blowing through these credits. Like, what? Hulk has blue balls. Oh, yeah, because Patriots. How many muscles are in that leg? That is a lot of muscles. That is a good amount of muscles. That ain't nothing. That was a whole credit. All right, I'm done with that. We're done. We're moving on. So, and this comes to House of the Dragon. So, out of all of that shit, House of the Dragon still gets to be released. So, or to continue to film in the UK. House of the Dragon can continue filming in UK amid SAG strike due to local union rules. So there's a workaround, friends. House of the Dragon can continue filming in the UK despite SAG actors strike. Just as U.S. Actors Union announced a strike Thursday due to its inability to ink a new deal, sources confirmed that production is planned to proceed as scheduled on the second season of Game of Thrones prequel. The HBO series cast is composed primarily of UK actors who are working under contracts governed by the local union, Equity. As such, the series is technically allowed to continue filming because Equity members aren't legally allowed to strike in solidarity with US Union. So that's cool. See, we still get House of Dragon. Equity shared its actor strike guidance with its 47,000 members on Thursday, shortly before the strike was officially declared by SAG, stating Equity UK will support SAG and its member by all lawful means. A performer joining the strike or refusing to cross the picket line in the UK will have no protection against being dismissed or sued for breach of contract by the producer or the engager. Likewise, if Equity encourages anyone to join the strike or not cross the picket line, Equity itself will be acting unlawfully and hence liable for damages or an injunction. Okay, so if there's American actors in there that decide to go in solidarity, they are not protected. They will be sued for breach of contract. So that's fucking crazy. All right, let's see best bet. What's House of Dragon? You don't know House of Dragon? It's the Game of Thrones prequel, Opulence. It's pretty good. Is that Oprah? Fucking Oprah as Batman. There you go. You might as well, I would rather see Oprah as Batman than Robert Pattinson as Batman. That's about where I stand. Yeah, that was pretty good. Thank you, Raina. Appreciate you. So American actors who decide to be in solidarity, so they can actually get sued for not doing their job. So I wonder how that is going to coalesce with the SAG union. That's very good. That's very interesting. Sources indicate that UK's strict union laws have prevented an extensive show of solidarity from Equity, which can't legally call the strike to support SAG due to the restrictive British legislation. Equity posited a number of scenarios under which actors on House of the Dragon can continue to work. The guidance for actors who are Equity members but not SAG members who are working in the UK on an Equity contract for the US producer producer is that they continue to work as they have no protection from being dismissed or sued by the producer. It is the same guidance for SAG members who are not equity members in a similar production. For SAG members on an equity contract under Global Rule 1, which states that a SAG member cannot work on any project anywhere in the world that is not covered under a SAG agreement, the guidance is again continue to work. The guidance for more actors in complicated scenarios is to seek advice from SAG. Whew, that is complicated. So if it's a SAG contract, so the House of the Dragon wasn't a SAG contract, but it's linked to an American company like HBO, who is the ones who are actually funding the production of this show. So it's so interesting to see how this is going to play out. The London headquartered org is the 12th largest trade union in the UK and represents actors, singers, dancers, designers, directors, stage managers, and voice artists, among others. As the profile of the British talent has grown in Hollywood over the last decade, so too has the equity power. Based on author George R.R. Martin's Game of Thrones book Fire and Blood, House of the Dragon has been filming its second season at Warner Brothers Leavesden Studios since April 11th. Led by showrunner Ryan Condal, the HBO drama series picked up 8 Primetime Emmy nominations Wednesday. The noms were announced just hours before the clock ran out on the SAG contract. Ooh, so and they're not allowed to go on award shows either. So even if they win, they can't even go get their fucking award. That's funny. Under strike rules, WGA, which is the Writers Guild, members working internationally have had to stop work on any project that falls within the union's jurisdiction if there's active writing work taking place. As such, a number of U.S. projects filming in the U.K. were affected by the strike. Luckily for HBO, completed scripts on the House of Dragon have allowed production to keep going. So they already had all their scripts written out. Lucky fucking them. Lucky us. Well, that's fun. Which of the following TV sitcoms is your favorite? Big Bang Theory? Nah. Modern Family? Nah. Friends, yeah, that's cool. The Office is cool. Seinfeld is cool. How I Met Your Mother is all right. Parks and Rec is, Frasier was all right. Anyways, I don't know what that's all about. Trolley Bear, how you doing? Welcome in. House of the Dragon gets to continue to film, and we will get a season 2 despite the SAG strike. My life is going pretty good, Trolley. I just got I'm on my staycation. I'm on vacation from work, so I decided to jump on stream a little early. You do speak English good. Yeah, I do. It's 129 degrees. Jesus. Yeah, it's 129 degrees in Europe too. It's fucking crazy. It's like real hot in Europe right now. They're seeing record, what is it, 48 degrees Celsius or something they're seeing temperatures up there. It's hot in Florida, but not that hot. Yeah. Not normal. Just drink water. Yeah. I don't like the heat. I don't like desert heat. It makes me uneasy. I don't like it at all. I don't see why people think that they should go to the desert to take hallucinogens. It just, ugh. Real feel here is 117. What the fudge? Desert heat is too much. Yeah, I can't take it. Florida heat, if it gets hot, oof. I don't like the cold. I don't like the cold either. Ugh. I hate the cold. I hate the heat. Extreme heat. That's why I love San Diego. When I lived in San Diego, it was always like 75 to 85 degrees with an ocean breeze. Oh, God, I miss those. Humidity is what gets you hot in Florida. Yes. And here too, man, in Ohio, same shit, man. Like last week, it was like almost 100 degrees and it just 85% humidity. Ugh. You miss San Diego? Yeah, me too, man. Yeah, you got to go back to San Diego. Ohio is cold.